Hey y'all, hey. So I'm coming at y'all with Brenda with me today, okay? So today we are creating a Valentine's Day box. I'm just gonna show you step by step how to make your own. Let's go and get into it.
A journey through time.
Welcome to A Journey Through Time. I am your girl Wendy. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Again, we are gonna make a Valentine's Day box. We're gonna use the project board from Hobby Lobby. It's a 36 inch by 48 inch. I like to call it a trio box. It is $2.99. And I just realized it's $2.99. Okay, so I noticed the prices are switching because for the black board it's $3.99 and the white board was $2.99. Then the white board was $3.99 too. So I don't know, but right now it's $2.99 for the white. And then, if I have enough, I'm going to use these sheets. I always tell y'all about these little, cardstock sheets from Hobby Lobby that are 69 cents a sheet. And you catch that 40% off sale, then they're cheaper than that. I'm going to use these. And I think I have a booklet also with sheets in it. So if I don't have enough, then I will use that as well. Okay? So let's go and get into it. First things first, I'm going to cut one of these strips off. All right. Okay. I'm going to move the rest of it out the way. And so since our sheet is a 12 by 12, then that's the size we're going to go with for this project. Okay. So this board is definitely more than 12 inches. So I'm going to measure it out to be 12. So I'm going to bump it up to the side of this. I'm going to use this here to trace it out. I don't know if I want to. I usually don't use this one here to do my measuring too much. I don't know why I don't, but I don't. Let's see something here. I'll bump it to the edge right here. And since this side is the one that I cut that's a little frail, I'm going to measure it from here. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do first, give me a moment to get this measured out, and then we're going to go from there. Now, the good thing about using the whiteboard or the blackboard is that you can actually utilize that as your color. You don't have to use the paper or anything if you choose not to. Okay, if that makes any sense. It might not. Okay. Now, the board is 12 inches in width. So now I got to figure out exactly how big I want to do this. So I think I'm going to make it a 12 by 12. I do want to take one of my sheets for a moment and see something. Let's see if I got this covered a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I'm right at the 12 by 12 marking, which is good for me. Okay, so how do I want to do it? I'm going to bump it upward a little bit with the paper. I'm using the paper as a guide right now. Where it comes off the board a little bit. And I think I'm going to mark it. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm just going to mark this across. Okay, and I'm going to show you how much paper I left on the other side. You see that hanging off? Not much at all. A little under 11 and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this here, and I'm gonna show you why in a second. So I'm gonna cut this right here. So what I'm doing, I could go the exact size of the paper, but I'm not. And I could actually leave this open like this here, but I'm not gonna do that either, because I like the flexibility of the tape that I put on it. So you'll see what I mean in just a second. So you want 2 pieces of the same board, okay? Same size board. So instead of doing all that measuring, throw your board right back up on top of the other board. Just like this. And if it's raggedy like mine is, turn it around where it's not. Okay. And then just draw your line. So you have something to go by to cut it. Okay. So I'm going to cut it again. Right here. Okay. Ooh, loud. Sorry. Something ain't matching up. Oh, okay. So you just bump them together and see if they're matching up. And honestly, they're still not matching up quite evenly to me. So I'm going to cut it down where I know for a fact that they're matching up. Now you can pick whatever size you want, but if you want to use those sheets and you don't want no extra lines or seams, then you'll probably want to go a 12 by 12 or a little under 12. Okay, so now I got 2 boards that match. All right, now I need one more board. I want one for the center first. Okay, so we have our 2 boards, and I keep turning them up. Okay, hold on. Oh, these are the 2 boards. I'm about to say, wait, something ain't looking right. So we have our 2 boards right here, okay? Make sure that your boards are matched up. Pretty decent. Mine are now. And then I want another piece. I need a small piece for the middle. So I want to make sure that I'm still lined up the way I'm supposed to be. I'm trying to see which side I'm supposed to be on here. Okay. Yeah, right here. Okay. So now I just have to determine exactly how wide I want this part here to be. So I'm going to move that over for a moment. This here is just going to be the centerpiece. And you could decide exactly how long or how wide you want yours to be. I'm going to go with 3 inches. Okay. So I'm just going to mark 3 inches on here. sure I get it straight. Okay. And then I'm gonna move this out the way so I can get to it. I'm gonna line these up and then I'm gonna cut it. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna get these lined up the way we want them. Kind of like that. Making sure everything is the same size. All right. We're gonna take some tape. I'm gonna put some tape here. Now, you don't have to go this route. You could actually just splice it, but I like the tape because I like to have a certain amount of space in between each piece. And you're gonna see why in a little. So this is how I do it. And if you look, I even have a little more of a gap right here. That means I don't have it straight on here. Okay. Or either it wasn't cut straight in the first place. It's one of the two. But like I just told y'all, I don't do well with straight lines. And then I like to just run my finger down the seam. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Now, I need another piece for the end of this, or should I say the beginning of this. So I'm gonna bring it down here. Okay, just like that. And now I got to figure out exactly how big I want this piece to be over here on this end. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see this? Fold it up, fold it over, okay? So now the piece that I want now, I want it to, I have to decide if I want it to go all the way down to the front of the box, okay? And I do, so it's probably going to be another 3-inch piece, just like the middle was. So I'm going to move that aside, and we're going to do another 3 inches. So right here, it's going to be a little different, and I might have to remove this tape, but right now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So y'all seen the little gap that I made for the other two, right? We're going to make this gap a little bit bigger than that. And I promise you, I'm going to show you why we're making it that big. We can also take this tape off later, all right? But right now we're going to make a pretty good sized gap right there. Then we're going to lay the tape on it, okay? Pretty much to hold our place, and you see it's moving on me anyway. I'm trying to tell you, it don't want me to be great. Okay, I'm gonna try not to press my nail into it too much, and then I'm gonna flip it over to the other side. Okay. Okay, so now let's look at what we have. We have the bottom. We have the pretty much the side, you might as well say, right there, okay? We have the top, and then we have the flap, right? And it all should be even. If it isn't even, then you got to go back and see where you messed up on your measurements at. You're only human, so it happens, okay? So, we also need to make an opening right here for a window, okay? We're gonna do an opening here, and then we're gonna do something else here. So when we do the window part of the box, the best thing to do is just figure out where you want to place your window, how much of a window you want. Do not come too close to your edge of your crease on each side. So I'm putting the ruler right on the crease, okay? And just laying it there, just so I could see about where I think I'm gonna do this at. So where I think I'm gonna do, and because I like to go by the tape too, because the tape helps a lot whenever I cut. So what I think I'm gonna do is lay me another piece of tape right here, okay? You can always take this tape up if you want to. Not necessary, but if you want to, you can take it up. But sometimes I like to use the tape as a lead way for me to decide how I want to cut my box. So I could cut it right here on this line where the tape is, or I could go up, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. My fold is here, so my line for my box could go here. But what I'm gonna do before cutting is I'm gonna go ahead on and just draw a line and see. So I'm gonna draw a line right here on top of the tape. And I'm gonna go all the way across with the line. Okay. And then I'm gonna add me some tape over here. And all I'm doing is using the tape as a guide for myself, honestly. You can come back and cut the tape, take the tape off. But it's definitely a great guide if you need one. All right. So, I can't really see it either. Let me do it one more time. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time, but let me go onto the side and do the side the same way. Now for the sides, you definitely want to come in enough, okay? So maybe an inch, 1 inch. For the side, even 2 possibly. I'm gonna do 1.5. All right, I think that's what I'm gonna go with, 1.5. I'm gonna put my finger here, put it there, and I'm gonna do the 1.5 over there. Okay, so I'm gonna plop this right here on the line right here, and something don't look right. You see that? Ugh, I hate that. Okay, let me try it again. There we go. Okay, that's better. So on this side, I'm gonna do the same, 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna put the 1.5 mark right here on my edge and just put a mark there. Then I'm gonna try my best to bump it up against this again. And I'm gonna draw the line. Now I already know for sure that this is how far I want my sides to come over, okay? So there's no doubt about that. Okay, so let's figure out these top and bottom. Now we could go as high as this because we still have a little leadway right here. Let's see if I did 1.5 inches. Y'all hear all that stuff falling? I swear. I'm gonna put the 1.5 mark right here at this crease and see what it's looking like. Okay. So now I've decided what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go 1.5 over here as well. What the heck? Okay. Put it right there at my crease. So it's much lower than where the tape is, honestly. And that's fine with me. Like I said, I don't be wanting to cut too much out because then your box loses the stability that it needs to do what it needs to do. Okay. So I can take this off because I'm not using it. But again, you can use that as a guide. So I'm going by this crease right here. And I'm coming up to the 1.5 mark. Let's see, where's my... Okay, so my cut is where? Right here. So I'm going to put my 1.5 mark there. Then it would go over. Okay, so this side, because I cut down so low, it's going to be 1 inch. So it's going to be 1.5 up here, 1.5 on the side, and it could be 1.5 here. I did cut a little lower than that, but let's see if I could get away with it. Okay. And that's my fault, because I was gonna use the tape as my guide to make my box, because that's what I usually do. But then here I am wanting to change up the game a little bit for some reason. Okay. So I'll take my guide tape off that I had on. Is out. That side looks a little jagged. Okay. Nevertheless, is out. Okay. So now, something else I want to do. So I want to put an angle on the sides of the box. And it's so important to do all this here before you start putting your paper on, because it's so easy to mess up. So what I mean by the angle, in order for me to do that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this where I want it to be. All right. And I'm going to be able to tell y'all as soon as I figure it out. That's where the problem is coming in at for me. Okay, so the side of it is the way I want it. I don't know if y'all can see this. I don't see y'all in this. Okay. The side, this part here is kind of the way I want it, but this part is not. Is there a way I could keep the length and still give the height? So that is the length right there where I marked it. And as you can see, I'm still pulling the ruler to the point Kind of like that. So let's see. I feel like this here might give you guys a straight headache. I don't know. I just wanted to give it just a little bit more pizzazz. Okay, I got it. Goodness. All right, so measuring up your side first, right? Right here. And this is how you would do it. You would put this on just like that. So it comes down in an angle. All right. Can y'all see it from the side? So it comes down in an angle. And you want to do this on both sides. Okay, so so mine might look slightly strange, y'all, because I don't have enough of paper to do what I really want to do. So I'm just going to work with what I do have, okay? I did find a pink sheet that I had in my book. So I'm going to put that pink sheet right here on this part of the inside of the box. So I'm going to use the Elmer's rubber cement glue. What am I do? How many of these I got? I kind of want to use these for the outside of the box. So, let's see. I should have got my materials together before I did this. That's my fault. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this on this part of it. And then I'm going to fold it right where, can y'all see? Okay, yeah, you can. I'm going to fold it right where this stops at. Normally, I use material, fabric, on my boxes instead of paper. But guess today your girl wanted to be different. I don't know. Just trying to size this up right now. You wouldn't have to do this because of course you'll have the right amount of paper or fabric. So you won't have to worry about this part right here. Normally I like to put the window in first. I wonder if I should do that, y'all. Put the window in and then glue the paper down. The correct way, right? I told y'all I was all over the place today. I was serious. Let's see. I got a window right here. Will this work or do I gotta get some more? Oh, wait. This will work. Okay. Okay. We're gonna use what I have right here. Good. It is a little jagged right here. Okay. So I'm gonna go on and plop this window on inside here, just like this, with the double-sided tape that I have first. So the best way for me to do this is put the tape on first, close to the edge, since I'm using some leftover window sheet pieces instead of going to get the other one. So I could go in at the bottom and do this part right here. Sometimes I get heavy with the glue. Now, unfortunately, I know I'm not going to have enough to do this, but I'm going to try my darndest to do to get it in here, okay? So sometimes we just have to improvise, right? I really don't want to use this glue gun because it's acting crazy today. But if I just take and put some ribbon on it, I think it'll be just fine. Let's see. To show you guys how to do the rest of the inside. Okay. That's looking pretty decent though. It really is. Okay. So, for some reason today, I can't seem to get it together. So, you know what? Stop it right here. That's right, I sure am. I don't even care. Let's stop it right here. And I'm gonna glue this part here down to the window. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna flip it over, just like that. And I'm gonna glue it down. Y'all, help me. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on first. Let's see how much paper I got left. If I have enough left, I'll fix it. You can dress your box up any kind of way you choose to, all right? Me, I'm just trying to actually just bring mine together at this point because everything I'm doing right now is like working against me, okay? Okay, so now we gotta put the sides on some kind of way. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I'm gonna figure it out, okay? And then add glue to the side of the other one. And I'm going to just bring the backing up to glue it to it like this. And hold. Same thing with that one. Glue it to it and hold. Trying to hold both ends at the same time. So over like this. Okay, this is what I mean about the space in between, so you can fold it over without any headaches, okay, or issues. You see the sides? The sides are really pretty when they have that little design on them. And then you can also dress up the rest of your box however you want to dress it up. I know you don't want to have your sides exposed, so you could take ribbon just like this here and put on the areas where you see the open spaces from where the box was cut at. Also check your paper, because I'm having issues with the paper part of this, I'm noticing, if you decide to go this route. Also glue your two pieces together. I don't think I did that. For the heart for this box, you're gonna need another strip of cardboard, so I cut the second strip off. And size that we want. So this ruler is actually 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna bump it up to the edge of this cardboard, like so. And I'm just gonna draw me a line down. While drawing the line, I'm gonna go ahead on and see if I can splice it. Okay, just like that. Turn it over, just like this. And I'm gonna splice it again. I'm gonna fold the way I want it to, because I got it like this here. I really wish it would. So I guess I'll go in and cut it. You can draw very well. Then you can draw your heart in here. Okay? Or you could just play around with it, with the cardboard strip that we just cut. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just bending it, making it flexible. All right. What I will do is first put me a point. Okay, a point, excuse me, first. Once I get my point, then I'll get my heart the way I want it to look. Nothing's set in stone right here, so you know, you could change it up as much as you want or need to, okay, in your box. Okay, so I didn't give myself enough on that side. I want the two pieces hugging just like this, okay? And then I can work on my bottom that way. So what I'm gonna do is take some glue. I really wanted to put my middle piece in first, but we're just gonna go with it. Put some glue right here to strip, and add the other strip to it, just like this. Make them kiss. Squeeze really tight. So once you do that, now you can play with the heart and make it do whatever you need it to do. Shape it the way you want it to be shaped. Find your end piece. You might have to cut it off at the end, but just find your way until you see something that is beautiful to you. Okay, once that's in there and you're okay with it, and you take the other piece, go on the inside of the box, like this. Okay, so you can, if this is like a gift for a makeup lover, okay, you can put the makeup in the inside of the box, and then you can put the little lip gloss on the side. Where the shred is, you can actually put flowers in there instead of shred. Okay, let me close this up so I can show you what I was talking about as far as the little clip on it. So right here at the bottom, you can make a little, take your cardboard, cut just a small piece. You don't need nothing this big, okay? But you want it to have the little bend in it, all right? Go ahead on and put some glue on it and add some paper so it don't look all crazy looking. We're not going to use this big strip, so cut the paper around it. Okay, so you can take and glue this to the bottom of the box and then bring it up where you can glue it to the top, or Velcro it to the top of the box. So you can take and add your glue right here. Probably should have did this before I put the gifts in, but, and I'm just gonna stick it at the bottom of the box. I could feel my way. It's right here in the middle. But it's probably best that you do this before you put your gifts in. Okay. So I bent it. I didn't push it that far back. So let me push it. Let me fold it. Let me just fold it. Okay. Right there. So I'm going to cut it right here. Okay. And then that's where you can add the Velcro. Let me see if I got any. Yeah, I do. You can add you some Velcro to that to make it work for you. Okay. I like to just put it on top of each other just like this. Stick one piece right there. The other piece should be stuck to it like that. So when you get ready to place it up here, it'll stay together for you. Just that simple. And of course you can dress this paper up a little better than that, but I just wanted to give you the idea of putting the Velcro on. If it's stuck good enough, then it'll stick, it'll stay stuck to it right here. Okay. But like I said, you can dress this up. I didn't, but you can most definitely dress this up. All right. Yeah, I want to apologize for that video being all over the place. I don't know. Today was just one of those days. But, and I really didn't finish this box, honestly, but I didn't want to take no more time trying to finish it, okay? So I did put the Dollar Tree gifts, a few Dollar Tree products inside of this gift box, okay? But this is how it looks. I really hope you like it. I'm pretty sure it'll be so much simpler than the way I explained it. But today was just one of those challenging days. Of course, you see the gifts inside with the little heart and all that. And you guys can do this. You really can. I probably could have explained it a whole lot better. Maybe my next video will be a whole lot better. I guess we all have these days, and I guess today is mine. Okay? So, y'all just give me a little bit of grace. I need to give myself some grace as well. Anywho, I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.